Hello, I'm Neve Owens. Welcome to the Isuzu Ute A-League Highlights Show. Melbourne Victory have slipped to 11th on the table and will be looking to change their fortunes when they welcome Brisbane Roar to Amy Park. Calling the action, Robbie Thompson and Daniel McBreen.
Is taken short into the box with Hoare on the left foot. Well, it was well played and he managed to get a shot away. He does have an eye for the spectacular.
Well, they rather switched off there, didn't they, Melbourne Victory in defence? An easy ball inside into the box.
As it's O'Shea's ball for Armiento's left foot. And it's over the crossbar. So I guess while that identification process continues after the Melbourne derby. Today, Henry Hoare's little flick looking for Milewsnich. Agostino, great header. He's landed heavily, but Nani's kept the move going with Folami. Brillante coming forward. Folami can't find him. Nani takes over and shoots. Denied by Holmes at his near post. And Nani's search for that first A-League goal continues, but he's getting closer. Melbourne Victory have done this very well. They've prevented the counter-attacks nearly all night. Oh, was Spiranovic just misjudged that one. It was never going to make it all the way through to Matt Acton.
A little bit nervy there, wasn't it? Yours, mine? No, well, I'll get rid of it now.
In it comes from O'Shea. It's a good ball. The header from Courtney Perkins. In the end, a free header on the edge of the 6-yard box, but he couldn't find the target again. Zabala getting involved now. Milewsnich. Zabala again. Hoare for O'Shea into the area. Nice touch. O'Shea looking to bend it. It's deflected and it's in. And it's Jay O'Shea who has provided that spark and a whole slice of luck for the Irishman as Brisbane lead with less than 20 minutes to play. It's 1-0 over Melbourne Victory. Here's Guerrier with Brooks. Ball in, deflected and claimed by Holmes. We could yet see one of the best goals of the last 15 years.
And again, Melbourne Victory coming down that right-hand side. It's not a bad ball.
Guerrier is there, Spiranovic as well at the back. As Nani goes straight for goal. Well, he almost caught out Jordan Holmes there. Well, if being surprised is an injury, he may be down for a little while. It's a third win of the season for Brisbane. Brisbane Roar in the winner's circle by a 1-0, courtesy of Jay O'Shea.
At the other end of the table, the Western Sydney Wanderers will look to close the gap at the top of the table as they travel to Perth on Friday night. Your commentators are Teo Palazzeri and Grace Gill.
Now Khalifi from way out! That would have been extraordinary, and it requires a top draw save from Lawrence Thomas. What a rocket, and an even better save to stop it. Wanderers now have the wind at their backs. Let's see if it sustains being a potential catalyst in the game as we see a cross and a header, and Sullivan Kunovic still looking for goal number 3 of the season, looking for the back of the net for the first time since October, and it's held on to by Cameron Cook. Katrumas. Wanderers crowding around the ball, but there's space in the penalty area. The shot on the spin, just wide. Well, that would have been Ruben Zadkovic, super coach. Adam Zimmerino, super sub, not to be. And now, the glory subs to the roars of the home crowd. Might be back into it again. Williams bides his time, keeps going, and now the shot is in! Keegan Jelicic! Perth Glory take the lead! And it is one of their fantastic young talents that breaks the deadlock. Macedonia Park is up and shouting because this young Queenslander who headed west has scored for the first time in the A-League men's.
You can see what it means to the youngster, to Jelicic. What a finish. It was building from Perth Glory.
Trying to close all the passing channels. Not to let a single opponent sneak out of their field of vision. And they win the ball. The counter could be on. David Williams, it's open field to break into. Is there enough spin on the ball to bring it into the path of Zimmerino? And Lawrence Thomas, coming out feet first, is able to clear it away. Wilmering to the far post. It's allowed to bounce. The shot is held onto by Cook. He had his angles right. And that will take Perth to the end of stoppage. They created one last chance, the Wanderers, and Cook was equal to it as the whistle goes. Perth Glory roll the second-placed Western Sydney Wanderers. But they prevail with clean sheet intact. Full-time, Perth Glory 1, Western Sydney Wanderers 0.
With the Wanderers dropping points, the Central Coast Mariners could move into second spot if they clinch a result against Adelaide United in Gosford. Glenn Lauder and Grace Gill are your commentators.
Aquilina finds Farrell again. Cummings is ready there. And Joe Gauci will get the last touch. You just thought Jason Cummings might have poached it. There's calls for a handball as well. Here is Farrell again. Silvera will cut back in towards the edge of the area and have a shot. It's deflected and it's in the back of the net. Joe Gauci can't hide his frustration, but the Mariners can't hide their delight. Sam Silvera's shot deflected into the back of the net. And you'd have to say on the balance of play, the Central Coast Mariners, will it be his fourth goal of the season? May face further discipline from Alex King as play continues with Cummings. Cuts back on towards his left foot. Cummings, another deflection. And this one sails past Joe Gauci's left post. Well, wouldn't the Adelaide custodian be filthy if he got done by 2 deflections in the opening half? It's a corner. As Isais has been shown a red card for the challenge on Jacob Farrell. It looked bad. I'm not sure whether it looked red bad.
Certainly not the start that Carl Viet would have wanted the Reds to get to in their second 45 minutes, starting with a level of intensity, but just taking it too heavily.
Here's Silvera, heavy touch. Gauci gets in the way, but it rebounds straight into the path of Benny and Kololo, who was speaking about goals before the game. Well, now he's got his third of the season. And the Central Coast Mariners, against the 10 men of Adelaide United, 2.5 minutes into the second half, lead 2-0. Tullio and Nkololo over this one. Silvera, lovely link-up play for Tullio at the back post. Gauci can't deal with it, and Medagna turns it into his own net. It's 3-0. Adelaide United are falling apart, and the Mariners are on their way to what would be a 4th straight home win. Bay 16 is up and about again in Gosford, but Adelaide United are imploding.
Silvera absolutely dances.
Here's Farrell again. Jacob Farrell with a 4th for the Mariners. Kiddo can't keep it out. And this is quite incredible in Gosford. It was Sammy Silvera who went past Gwande like he wasn't there. The ball through for Jacob Farrell, who was so impressive in the first half. The Central Coast Mariners have a 4th. Cummings and Nkololo causing troubles for Kitto. Silvera has space on the left. Sammy Silvera had one taken off him in the first half as an own goal. He won't be denied this one, Sam Silvera. It's a 5-star Mariners performance. 5 goals to the good. I think this will be chalked off. Michael Roos is offside. understandably, Michael Roos is still very much in the vicinity of where Joe Gauci is looking.
The goal scoring record that Central Coast have as well, doing a lot of work to help with that differential.
Ian Kalolo looks to bring this cross in from Rue down. Cuts back. Michael Roos is waiting for a good save at his near post. Joe Gauci. Central Coast Mariners 4 have defeated Adelaide United 0.
Join us after the break as we wrap up the rest of the action from round 11. Welcome back to the Isuzu Ute A-League Highlights Show. Sydney FC have just 2 wins from their last 6 games, so points at home against Wellington Phoenix will be crucial. Calling the game is Simon Hill and Andrew Durante.
Big chance for the Knicks here. Lewis trying to steer it into that area, which he's done so. Zawada must score, and does eventually. And they have taken advantage of that extra man. It's Oscar Zawada from close range. And he becomes the first Pole to score at Allianz Stadium since Adrian Mirzaevski netted twice in the Sydney Derby 5 years ago. And it's the best starts for Tale's team. Drops for Caceres, but it's all very tight in there. Dug out by Segicic. Here's Mack looking for the angle, and he finds it. It's a really fine save by Ollie Sale. Lewis. Kriev, they've worked this really well, Wellington. Maragis, here's Zavada. Oh, it's going to be a brilliant goal if they can finish it. David Ball couldn't. Well, they just picked their way through the Sydney defence.
No, Kriev is another one. I thought he's an excellent signing as well.
Talking of which, here's Bozidar Kriev bearing down on goal. This for 2. Redmayne gets a strong arm to it. The ball wasn't really on. A bit deeper, helped on by Lafondra! 1-1. Oh, is it? Flags up.
Sorry.
Ryan Grant celebrating, but the flag has gone up. And I'm not sure this one's going to count. The Cove in full voice. Likes of him and Burgess. Caceres to step up in the last 20 minutes. This is going to be a card, I think. Oh! Bozidar Kriev, of course, was carded in the first half. Second yellow. Burgess being hassled and harried by Pennington. Oh, and it's not friendly at all between the pair. Arms were raised, heads were butted, and referee Sean Evans might have a decision or two to make here. Cards are coming out. What colour? Yellow for Burgess. Oh, and a red for Nick Pennington. Goodness me. Wellington are down to 9. Dinked into the box by Wood, away by Tim Payne, who's been everywhere along with Scott Wootton. And it comes towards Lafondra, and Wootton's there again, rather Payne this time. They're pointed to the penalty spot. Another controversial decision. Lafondra against Sale. And Sale makes the save! Incredible, and I think justice has been done. Justice has been done. We're looking at a post-penalty save, handball. That's what I'm being told. I do not believe it. A second penalty for Sydney after 2 red cards issued. Lafondra again, who's seen 1 effort saved, might be the last kick of the game. And he's put it over the top of the bar.
You're joking.
I see it, but I do not believe it. I am utterly speechless. And I tell you what, Wellington will celebrate like they've won a grand final. If they hang on here, they have done it. Heroic is only half the story. That, folks, was just the most remarkable second half of A-League football I think I have ever witnessed.
What an incredible finish to that game at Allianz Stadium. One neither side will forget in a hurry. The blockbuster this weekend sees our finalists from last season go head-to-head once more. Melbourne City up against Western United. A win for City here will see them go 6 points clear at the top of the table with a game in hand. Your commentators are Robbie Thompson and Daniel McBreen.
Here's Doumbia. Oh, Connor Payne's no-look pass as Garuccio was charging forward. Here goes Tilio. Numbers forward for City. Tilio, great pace. Tilio deflected. And Tilio scores. 9 minutes in. And City are in front, and it's their Socceroo, Marco Tilio, who does the damage. As there's been a slip. Lecky, square ball, own goal. Leo Lacroix. 12 minutes in, and it's 2-0. And for the second time this season, in the grand final replay, Leo Lacroix has scored for the wrong side.
Well, he's going to hate the sight of these Melbourne City shirts, isn't he? Puts his name down in Australian football folklore, doesn't it? In another stratosphere now.
Here he is again, spraying the ball wide for Tilio. McLaren wants it. McLaren takes a touch, and it's 10 out of 10 for Jamie McLaren. He is just unstoppable, and the beard grows a little bit longer for City's hitman. Well, he can't miss. 13 goals in 10 matches. The A-League record continues for Jamie McLaren. Tilio taking him on down the outside. Van der Ven now. A little pass. McLaren touches wide. Great save. And a save that had to be made from Jamie Young, even from an impossible angle. McLaren almost made it 4. One in mind. One over the top for Parias. Oh, great early ball. Oh, that was so very nearly the moment. Applauded by John Aloisi. What a goal that would have been from Alexander Prijovic. Berenguer. Jamison again with Thomas Lamb. Berenguer wants it. Lamb looks further afield. Van der Ven with McLaren. Van der Ven. McLaren's at the back post. The Dutchman holds it up. Naboo making the run. Naboo! Oh, what a finish! Off the bench and onto the score sheet. Andrew Naboo with the icing on the cake. 6 minutes from time.
Well, for a moment it looked like the chance had gone when Van der Ven was stood up. They break here. It's a wonderful 1-2 combination. The Harvey Norman replay shows just here we thought he was going to cross, and now it looks like it may be lost. But look at the run from Naboo through the legs, and a lovely finish. Another great performance from them tonight.
An 8th win in 10 outings this season for Melbourne City. A demonstration from go to woe. Tilio, a Lacroix own goal. Jamie McLaren again, as if we needed to say it, and Andrew Naboo. It's finished at Amy Park. Melbourne City 4, Western United 0.
The final game comes from Campbelltown Stadium. The Newcastle Jets make the trip south to take on the Bulls. Both sides are coming off last round losses, but a win for either will see them move into the top 6.
It's like a 10-pin bowler. The wind just holds it up. Nicol Tadza helped it on, chested down by Thurgate, and across the face of goal after hitting the post off the boot of Renato Piscopo, and the Jets were oh so close. Mombwa with Thurgate trying to wrestle him to the ground. Shows good strength. Noon delivers it across, and now MacArthur had maybe struck the woodwork as well. I think Duncan got a touch. Newcastle have had the better of things. That's an awkward one for Dane Ingham, and Torres got wrong side and scores from close range. Against the run of play, MacArthur hit the front. Dane Ingham got into a terrible mess with an awkward bouncing ball, and Al-Hassan Toure was too strong, too powerful, and too accurate with the finish. get back on level terms. Oh, Curto came a long way and clattered into his opponent. What on earth was he thinking? A yellow card. It's deemed a football challenge, but it's clumsy. He clearly fouls Josh Sotirio, and the Jets immediately go back down the other end and have a penalty right on the stroke of the break. It's Becca Mikkeltanza, and he's put it well wide. Well, this is not the weekend for good penalties in the Isuzu Ute A-League men's competition. And Noon is away down the right, cutting in, and Davila! And it bounced off the frame of the goal onto Jack Duncan and behind for a corner. And I'm not sure the keeper knew too much about it. A reload through Bacchus and now Holman. Bujetsa with time and space. And it's a decent ball in, and Arabuli should have made it too. Are they going to be made to pay for these missed chances, MacArthur? What a reverse pass for Arzani. Good stuff this from the Bulls. Arzani's delivery and Arabuli. Well, that would have been probably the goal of the weekend had it got in. Oh, it's broken down for the Jets. Here's Ulysses Davila. Arabuli will leave it for Arzani. Little lift over the top. Could this be it? A really important hand by Duncan, but it's in now off Ulysses Davila. And that should be enough for the 3 points for the Bulls. Finally, the second goal has arrived, and it looks like the Jets are beaten.
Well, still time, but they do look to be beaten units. That's clever from Arzani. Great run from Bacchus. And it's a good touch, really, to save the day on the Harvey Norman replay to start with from Jack Duncan. But they're prone defensively, the Jets, and it started with that appalling giveaway from McGarry at left fullback. And then they didn't recover the numbers. Once the ball had been given away, MacArthur just poured forward, and the Jets watched them. Just watched them. And it would have been finished off earlier were it not for Jack Duncan. But you're not going to deny the magical Mexican from there. 2-0, MacArthur.
Maybe the Bulls a third goal here. Jordan Elsey robbed all too easily. It's 3 against 1. It's Anthony Carter, and Jack Duncan prevents further damage. Dwight York can smile about it. He knows the points are safe. But really, that should have been 3.
Jack Duncan, great work from him in the Newcastle goal again. Kudos.
And Alan Kersey brings it to a close. Full-time scoreline in the southwest of Sydney. MacArthur Bulls 2, Newcastle Jets 0.
Before we go, let's have a quick look at the league table. City are sitting pretty on top, with the Mariners moving into second spot following that big win over Adelaide. It's a tight tussle through the middle of the table. Victory and Perth both have a game in hand. The Glory will play again midweek. That's it from round 11. We'll see you next week for more Isuzu Ute A-League action.